What's up guys, my name is Ace, and with Modern Warfare 2019, they transitioned away from a traditional prestige system in Call of Duty, and they switched to a seasonal system. And while I personally much prefer the traditional prestige system, and at this point we don't know what we're going to be seeing progression-wise in Modern Warfare 2, assuming they do have some seasonal element to it, which I'm sure they will, there's one feature that Modern Warfare 2019 brought in that I'd love to see return in Modern Warfare 2, and this is the seasonal ribbon challenges. This is a feature that we had where for every season you get a new set of ribbon challenges, and there's 100 of these challenges per season, and there was a wide variety of different challenges that basically required you to use a little bit of everything in the game, play a wide variety of game modes, and implement a wide variety of play styles as well in order to complete them all. And the way it worked is once the season ended, they would tally up how many of those ribbons you earned, and with the start of the next season, you would earn an emblem for the previous season based on how many ribbons you earned. So if you completed all 100 ribbons for a season, all of those challenges, you'd get the coolest looking animated emblem, whereas if you only completed 10 of those challenges, for instance, you'd get a much more basic version that didn't look nearly as cool. Now, unfortunately, I believe it was with the launch of Cold War, they just scrapped this system entirely, and they even scrapped the ability to go back and see the ribbons that you earned in previous seasons. They just got rid of that menu entirely, so it really sucks that they did that. But assuming we do have seasons going forward, this is a system that I would love to see return with perhaps a few little modifications. Now, before we get into the little changes that I would make to this ribbon system, assuming they do bring it back at some point in the future, I do want to explain why I liked this ribbon system. The primary reason I enjoyed the ribbon system is it really strongly encouraged variety. And that's something that I feel was largely taken away when they eliminated the traditional prestige system. Because with the traditional prestige system, if you were somebody that was dedicated to grinding your way through all the prestiges, and you were constantly resetting yourself back to level 1 and then having to unlock everything again, this would force variety on you, and it would also present a challenge that you have to overcome every time you prestige. You don't just get to use every meta item in the game for the entire life cycle of the game if you decide that you want to go through this prestiging system. And I feel like we really saw that in the gameplay as well. We saw a lot more variety in gameplay because not everybody had everything unlocked 1 week after the game launched until the end of time. So with that traditional prestige system gone, at least with this ribbon-based system, for those completionists out there, for the people that like completing challenges and working towards something, this offered those players a wide variety of things that they could work through in a season, and many of these challenges at least would force some kind of variety with how you approach situations, or the game modes that you're playing, or the weapons that you're using. And it wasn't just based on playtime. It wasn't just about existing in the game and therefore you rank up and you earn things like you do with your battle pass, for instance, or your player XP. You have to actually go out there, use variety, and challenge yourself. And I think that improves the gameplay experience overall for everyone when at least a lot of the people in the lobby are using a lot of variety and not just sticking to what's meta 100% of the time. Another upside with this ribbon system is every season, you have a new set of ribbon challenges. You have 100 new challenges to complete, and I feel like that made seasons feel a lot more fresh and exciting, and it's just one other thing to get excited for the next time a season launches. Because especially throughout like Vanguard's life cycle, for instance, I feel like seasons just keep getting watered down more and more to the point where it's not even all that exciting when a new season drops. Sure, you might get a couple new guns and a new map, or maybe two if you're really lucky, but it's not really like a big exciting event anymore. It's not something you get really hyped for because you're just getting a tiny bit of new content and that's about it. So at least for the completionists out there that like completing challenges, a new set of 100 challenges to work toward, that's something to get excited about, at least to some degree. And I kind of miss the excitement of a new season in Call of Duty. Now, having said this, I don't feel the ribbon system was flawless as it was, and there are some improvements that I'd love to see if they were to bring a system like this back into the game. The first thing is the reward for the ribbons and being able to show off what you've done in that season. Like I said, with this ribbon-based system, you wouldn't see the reward for that until the next season launched, and that reward was an emblem. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like emblems as well as calling cards, they've kind of lost a lot of their meaning over the past several years of Call of Duty, because most of them are unlocked either through like buying bundles or just through the battle pass just by playing the game and buying the paid version of the battle pass. And therefore, I feel like it's not really all that rewarding to earn an emblem for completing all of the challenges for a season, because somebody else probably has a much cooler looking emblem that they just paid money for, or they maybe just got by existing in the game for a battle pass. So in my eyes, I don't think the reward for this should be an emblem. Instead, I would much rather see the ribbon display maybe underneath or above your emblem, and it shows the current tier that you're on for that particular season that you're in. So that way you get more of an instant gratification for every ribbon that you're earning, or every 10 ribbons that you earn, for instance. It could essentially just upgrade your ribbon that displays underneath your emblem. So that way, anytime anybody checks out your name, or if you kill them, for instance, you can see their calling card and emblem pop up. You'll also see the ribbon that corresponds to how far they've progressed on the current season's challenges. And it kind of acts as sort of a badge for you, where you can feel proud that, hey, I completed all these ribbon challenges before everybody else in the lobby, and everybody can see, like, yeah, this guy completed all those challenges already, like, good for him. That would feel so much more rewarding than using an animated emblem for a previous season that shows that, yeah, back in the day, I completed 100 challenges for a season. I just feel like that doesn't have the same sort of prestige behind it, and it's also not relevant to the current season, which I feel is most important when it comes to something like that. Now, additionally, by showing off sort of your seasonal progression on your calling card area like that, I feel like this would also allow them to once again display our career ranks. And this is kind of a different topic that I've touched on a bunch in the past, but my big hope is that we no longer see seasonal level resets every single time a new season launches. I hate the fact that player XP is essentially meaningless for most people out there, at least. Like, nobody cares what player level they are anymore, because why would you? It's just going to get reset every season. So I feel like by displaying this ribbon that shows how many of these seasonal challenges you've completed, that will effectively show off your progress this season, while the player rank that shows next to your name, that could be your more career all-time stats that it could be displaying, with potentially some prestige icons or something attached to it to show how far along you are, not just in the season, but in the game in general. So that's one of my big hopes, is in that calling card sort of area, not the calling card itself, but you know what I mean, like when you hover over somebody's name or something, you see calling card emblem, their name, and their rank and stuff. It would be nice to get an indicator of where is this person at in this current season, and where is this person at as far as their all-time career progress in this game. Now, one other change that I would make if they were to bring these ribbons back is I would ensure that Warzone is completely separated from multiplayer. This is something that many of the completionists out there got frustrated with when Warzone launched back in the day. Many of them only wanted to play multiplayer. They had no interest in playing a battle royale game, but they also wanted to complete all their ribbons, and many of those ribbons required you to play Warzone just to unlock the ribbons for Modern Warfare. And I just feel like it kind of sucks to force somebody to play a different game in order to unlock the challenges and rewards for the game that they actually want to play and the game that they're actually playing. So perhaps you can even have two completely different sets of ribbon challenges, one for Warzone, one for multiplayer. That would be pretty cool in my eyes. Now, of course, all of this is just my opinion, and I just thought it was an interesting topic to talk about. At this stage in the game, if they haven't already implemented this, I'm not sure that we could expect to see something like that for launch, but I still wanted to bring up this topic because it is something that has been on my mind lately, and this is where I want to hear from you guys in those comments down below. What do you think about the ribbon system from Modern Warfare 2019? Did you like that every time a new season launched, you had 100 seasonal challenges that you could grind toward, and they really encourage variety? Or did you not really engage with the system at all, and do you not really like the system? Just let me know all of those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.